First time I ever saw her was biology class. I would always get to class 10-15 minutes early. And I'd always hear this girl with her high heels clicking down the hallway.
Biology class. I met John on the dance floor. It was the last week during that finals week. It was like the one guy on the dance floor who I thought could dance.
I said to myself in my head, geez, I gotta meet that girl.
Superman or Green Lantern ain't got nothing on me.
I gotta meet that girl. I gotta somehow get her to notice me.
To my mind. I'll tell you right now, ain't a trick in a book, and a baby, all that I can find.
And eventually started dancing with each other.
Showed off my moves in front of her, and she's like, ooh.
But it worked, so I was like, oh, he can dance. Dance. And it was just different. Something about him was just different. The way he interacted with me, the way he danced. His buddies come flying by and they're like, oh, Jen, we gotta go. And so he turned to me and he's like, okay, so what was your name? Kristen?
Pack my bags and mount my horse. I'm gonna ride on into the next town. Spend all my money on absolutely nothing. Need no man to pay for anything.
And he was off and I had no idea how I'd ever see him again.
I don't think I even asked for her number that night. I was just kind of hoping that I'd see her in biology class.
I had no idea that we were in the same biology class.
You know, I was kind of nervous. I didn't know what to do.
Ended up talking. Finally figured out that I was from Bloomington, he was from Eden Prairie, and we just thought, well, hey, it's the summertime now, we should get together. And that night, we spent hours on the phone.
It was just like talking to your best friend.
He was instantly somebody who I felt comfortable with.
This was a girl that I saw in biology class from January until spring, and this is the girl I wanted to meet, and now I finally got to meet her and got her on the phone, and we just talked and talked and talked.
It was just that phone call where you can't get enough of getting to know one another and all those first questions that you ask.
Born in Edina, Minnesota. I grew up in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. My dad, he was born in Chicago, and just a great dad to have. He always wants his children to be okay, and he's always there for them. Always a very kind and caring person, and I hope someday I can be like my dad to my kids. So he was quite the baseball player back in the day. He also went to Vietnam. He was a military policeman. He's been a toy rep, and he's retired now.
I was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I grew up in Bloomington. Middle name is Reiko. It's Japanese.
Okay.
My parents met in 1977. My dad came down from Michigan to Minnesota.
My mom is from Richfield.
My dad has always been a good listener and he's always been there for me. We always have good talks, always has good advice for me. My dad is a good writer. In high school and in college, he'd stay up to like wee hours of the night helping me with writing papers. I'd have him on the phone or we'd be emailing papers back and forth till 12 o'clock at night. That was our little special bond through school. I could never just put the finishing touch like he could.